was 21. And when she was 24 and I was 26, I married her. And we've been on. Okay, no. What can you say? Praise the Lord. And so, it is not a setup. Everything I'm going to be saying is a witness. I won't come here to come and tell you what he does not know. I run schools. I run 2 big schools. And I've been running schools since when I was quite young. I ran the Church of God Mission School at Aba. And in 2 years, it was richer than the church. And at 20 years, it was one of the 50 best schools in the country. So I know schools. I've raised children. My eldest son is a surgeon, an orthopedic surgeon in Germany. I'm a medical doctor by training. This is 40 years I've been a doctor. I have a daughter that administers my school, the 2 schools. She's an educationist. I have a son who has PhD in computer science. He's a cloud engineer. He's also in Europe and is married to a cardiologist. I have my 4th child who has a master's in strategic marketing. He's a businessman in Europe. So, talking about raising children and school, I think I'm qualified. Yes. I grew up in this town, Apoki. Airport Road was the first trees uprooted in Airport Road were uprooted in my presence. The first trees uprooted in Okumagalia were in my presence. So I know this town, I know your psychology, I know the history of this town. We'll take our bearing from Jeremiah chapter 35, 1-7. You can read that at home. I will just mention the things there. Numbers 27, 1-8. Proverbs 13, 22. And Proverbs 22, verse 6. And then Proverbs 22, verse 15. In Jeremiah chapter 35, Jeremiah called the Rechabites that they should come and drink wine. He took them into the temple and offered them wine. The Rechabites were people who joined the children of Israel to migrate from the wilderness. They were not pure Jews. But their father told them, don't drink wine and don't live in houses, live in tents. And Jeremiah, a prophet, came and tempted them to drink wine. And they said that our father told us not to drink wine, and we don't drink wine, and we don't live in houses. In Numbers chapter 27, 1-8, you will see the story of Zelophehad's daughters. Zelophehad's daughters, their father died without having a son. And then the daughters came and told Moses that must the legacy of our father be lost because he had no son. And then in Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22, it says, a righteous man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. And Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6 says, train up a child the way he will go, and when he grows up, he will not depart from it. Okay, what is legacy? Legacy refers to the liquid and solid assets left for someone in a will. That is the definition of people with entitlement mentality. People with agarungu, I don't know how many Yoruba people are here, share property. Stupid mentality. And then the legacy can also be defined as the long-lasting impact of particular events, actions, etc., that took place in the past or of a person's life. That is to say, a summary of your life. The mark, M number 1, mark. M number 2, the meaning. M number 3, the memory you leave behind. M number 4, the momentum you generate. And M number 5, the money that you created. So, legacy will involve values, like the Rechabites, values. Number two, it is wrong for you to leave an inheritance for a stupid senior son when there is a competent daughter there. These are some things we must change. It is wrong to leave an estate for a stupid elder son when a competent younger sister is there. Dangote has no biological sons. He adopted one. The oldest university in the world was built by Fatima. It's called Al-Qarim University. It is in Fez, Morocco. The oldest continuous degree awarding university. A Muslim woman built it. Ironically, in Islam, provision is made for women. One of the biggest companies in the world, the Sabancı Foundation, that pays 5% of the annual tax of Turkey. Turkey is in the G20. They give scholarship to 27,000 people. It's currently headed by the granddaughter of Sabancı. So, to raise women just to go and cook in kitchen and deliver pickings is an abnormality. And to just wear Brazilian weavon on the coconut head and advertise breast and buttocks is a fallacy. Buttocks has expiring date, breast has expiring date, but your brain has no expiring date. Today, what our children are being taught on Facebook and TikTok, you get cash, you get breast, you get what has the yash and the breast done for your mother? It is brains that people like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala used to perpetuate the legacy of her father, who is a professor, the mother is a professor, now she's a professor and director general of the World Trade Organization. So if you're a man here and you have only girls, good news for you. Moreover, children you deliver is the susu you contribute. You X chromosome, you get girls. I don't know that you contribute to Y chromosome, you get boy. So what you put into susu, that's what you reap. Praise the Lord. Don't mind me, I'm not too normal, so I'm not talking. So, Dangote was a deliberate creation. Dangote is the great-grandchild of Al-Hassan Dantata, who was the richest man in West Africa as at 1955. So for Dangote to become the richest black man was not by prayer. It was not that he got off of jail and he prayed for Idausa. I acted as such for Idausa. Dangote was a deliberate creation. So Al-Hassan Dantata said that I will transfer the craft of making money into my great-grandson. And he named him Aliko. Aliko means Alexander. It means defender of humanity. So at the age of 18, Dangote was already with his uncle, Musa Dantata, hobnobbing with Yaradua, Obasanjo, and the rest of people, getting from M and the rest. He was a deliberate creation. So, then we have Isiaku Rabiu, Boaz Smith. Boaz Smith's father, who is Abdul Isiaku Rabiu, was a prominent multi-millionaire in the 1970s and the 1980s. And Buhari detained his father for not paying import duty on cement. He was in the US schooling the present owner of Boaz Smith. And he's building his own refinery. 2 people from Kano building a refinery. While your people is pipeline, they want to die. You know, so he returned from the US at 24 to take over his father's business. 24. We still have children in Warri here. Mila, you don't cook. Mila, anything there. We remain children for too long in the Niger Delta. And we are unnecessarily happy. Pick and Pay was established by Raymond Achman in Cape Town, South Africa in 1967. Today they have branches in Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, Nigeria, Eswatini, and Lesotho. They have 1,628 stores. There is a place I'm heading to. Today, it's being managed by Gareth Hartman, his store. His child. Bagdash Ice Cream Parlor in Damascus has been producing ice cream since 1895. They are still producing ice cream till today. Now, at one time, there were 4 pillars of wealth in Nigeria: Dankata, Okotieko, Fademiroku, and Ojukwu Odumegu Ojukwu. Dangote is a reflection of the Dankata leg. I don't know what happened to the Ojukwu leg. Fademiroku's leg is still there. The son is still a shipping magnet. I will not mention some other names. I don't want to question what happened to them. Now, what happened to some of the legs in Nigeria? That is some of the risky things I'm going to look at. Now, where are the children of Azikiwe? Where are the children of Nzeribe? Where are the children of Okpara? Where are the children of Wires? Where are the children of Gowon? How many of you know Lee Engineering? I grew up with him in Okere. I was his father's doctor. When I was going to Australia, he gave me $3,500. I grew up with him. Lee Engineering used to trek from Orarupe to Okere because of school fees. Some of the people he's employing now are the children of those he squatted with. Life will ask your children questions in future. The woman was celebrating her 80th birthday, and I was invited to the ceremony. It was the children of the landlord that were serving food. The children of the landlord had not progressed because they had an entitlement mentality. Some of you, if you raise children to think that life is entertainment rather than investment, they will suffer in future. I know some of those who my father used to work for. Today, they can't stand near me. Somebody was introducing me in the University of Delta State University to give a lecture, the orator of the university, during their convocation. And the woman that introduced me, my wife was house girl to her husband. But her children can't stand where my wife is standing. The biggest house in town is not a permanent address. It is subject to change. So, legacy. Now, what happened to the businesses in Warri here? Atamakoloni was a school. Modern Trade Center was a school. Atamakoloni, they were producing radios. Modern Trade Center, they had radio station. What happened to the hotels in this town? I won't mention names. What happened to the retail outlets? At one time, trading store, so trading store. Where are they? What happened to the estates? Our children have sold the buildings. Yes. I went to one of them and left in anger. I got discouraged. Why am I really looking for money? And God told me, live a different life. You see, the estates, some of the estates, what happened to them? Now, why have we not had generational transfer of wealth and excellence in the Niger Delta? Barack Obama's father worked as economic secretary for Jomo Kenyatta's father. Jomo Kenyatta's father contested the election with Odinga. Barack Obama came back as president of the United States to meet Jomo Kenyatta's son as president. Odinga's son contested with Jomo Kenyatta's son. Most of the things you learned in the university were taught to you by poor. Adam Smith was not a millionaire. Adam Smith, an inquiry into the causes of wealth of nations, the man who brought the vision of labor, he died poor. Several of them, Newton was not a rich man. And some of you who are prayer warriors, you will say John Knox prayed and his legs became like camel. How many factories did he open? Thank God he said raising godly children, not Christian children. Sometimes Christianity becomes an assassin of the intellect and produces stupid people. When somebody tells you, if you shout the loudest amen, you get the biggest miracle. And you shout, you are a fool. How you ever done to get miracle? If it is by the number, the level of the seven of the amen, death and love is not get healed. Because you can't talk. Am I talking to somebody? If it is sowing, don't invite me to your church. I won't come. If it is by sowing, offering time, blessing time, you will get blessed already. Offering time is an appreciation time. Listen, you don't give, listen, you give, if you cannot give what you don't have. So you must have before you give. So he who has more will be given. Am I talking to somebody? And he who does not have the little he has will be taken from him and give. So the best way to be blessed is to have. And until the African church that's teaching Christianity, godly Christianity that will make the black collar not to be a disgrace, we are wasting your time and collecting your money. I mean, pastor, you can't do anything. So, a godly child, the Bible says, be ye imitators of God. A godly child is a child that has territorial consciousness. Seek ye first the kingdom of God. A girl that my son was supposed to marry, if not that she has they are both AS. She came, they dressed her. You know, we don't marry any other days. I'll talk to you. Love does not satisfy any person. Love does not make me when there is no responsibility. Somebody asked me, when did you kiss your wife last? I said, you can stay. I don't do saliva transfusion. Moreover, I have some books there. There is Oil of Marriage. It will teach you about how to say that your husband has a side chick is an insult. What does that woman have that you don't have? There's no ugly woman, it's a matter of packaging. My wife saw one girl with the pants. See the pants just enter in between the book. I said, like, she's trained in the corner. It's like, why am for you? You live here. Am I talking to somebody? As a woman, you must be appetizing to your husband. Don't wear kuluku as a woman. Buy sensitive nightgowns and tempt your husband. As a man, don't have rubbish beard. When I go to bed, I perfume myself. So that when my wife comes to embrace me, I'm a living sacrifice to the food Holy Spirit. Now take this move. Am I talking to somebody? Oil of marriage, and then there is money and idiots. None of my mates will come from the United States and intimidate people. Money has no religion. It only flows in the direction of ideas and productivity. Yes, the philosophy of the ants. If you carry Brazilian uniform of 450,000 with your coconut evidence seed, that's 100 bags of cement. That's 4,000 blocks. That's a 3-bedroom bungalow we are carrying on the cement by 3-bedroom bungalow. I build every day. Put your cocoa, I build every day. And then there is the pastor, his finances, and then unstoppable people, another book there. So let's go back to what we were saying. That was a commercial break. Okay. What have I done in life? I grew up in poverty. Chickens were living under my bed. I left a mud house from number 12 Apoki Street to the university. I didn't have coat for matriculation. I borrowed Jeffy's coat, Abraham Jeffy of blessed memory. Borrowed his coat, I borrowed his tie. I'm not sure I was wearing pants. I only had a singlet. I couldn't take pictures. But today, when I look at my life, I see that the principles have worked. Principle number 1, you build a legacy intentionally. There must be intentionality. I told myself, when I go and preach, they will give me useless offering. They will say, may the Lord go with us if I came with Satan. And my wife said, we must build things such that if we don't want to go and preach, we will stay in our house. Yes. And I told myself I was not going to practice medicine beyond the age of 40. I went to the best schools in this country, government college, the FGC Warren, and the best college hospital in Ibadan. But I told myself at 40, I was going to stop practicing medicine. Because I looked at my professor of medicine, he was poor. And I wanted to be rich. So at 40, I stopped. I resigned from UBTH and came to Warren General Hospital because I wanted to acquire surgical skills. from people like Dr. Yanka, Dr. Rebu, and the rest of people. And so, at the age of 29, I opened my own practice. And what the life I'm living now is intentional. 2020, I told people I want to be a global citizen, but I will not be preaching in all these your local churches. Somebody said, I cannot be proud. I said, the pride is my own, the life is my own. What concerns you? So, you intentionally build a legacy. And then you do a gene pool selection. You're having children now. Don't let your daughters fall in love. Let them marry somebody that is bringing something. What is this man bringing into my life? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. What is this woman bringing into my life? By the time you do that, and your children marry like that, you have already started building the legacy. If you see my daughter-in-law, cardiologist, the girl that my son was supposed to marry before, the mother called me that I've forgotten her, this. A medical doctor, she should be a consultant ophthalmologist. They select them. Don't look at me like that. I'm not going to change my opinion. You don't bring that to the phone. I even know what I'm saying. So, she was asking me, how is my son, Ufoma? How is Ufoma is married to a cardiologist. She said, yes, I see your grandson. Boy, you see my grandson, yes. Fine boy. Yes. He's already earning salary monthly. He's a European citizen. When they feel his birth certificate, he doesn't have to feel Nigeria or slap out from the phone. Because I don't want my grandson to be limited like me. I want him to be able to travel around the world and make global impact intentionally. You deliberately do a gene pool selection. Look at this family. Is there anything that can contribute to your life? My wife's father-in-law at Apoki owns a great percentage of Apoki, a great percentage of the land. My wife's grandfather at Apoki built a story building when people had not built story buildings. My great grandfather gave birth to the mother of Shagwalos, the Shagwalos. So you don't marry anyhow. Because it becomes a body. Love expires with pain and stress. Sex in one room without air conditioning is punishment. So, number 2, make prophetic pronouncement concerning your children before conception, in the womb, and after birth. I will tell my wife, my children will look like you. They won't have this my nose that looks like the exhaust of all. And my boys look like my wife. I said, but they will carry my intelligence. And so they are brilliant. My daughter is brilliant. And so you make pronouncement. When I had a child, they had cleft lip and palate. This place was open. People were laughing at him. We took him, we started prophesying upon him. Pronouncing upon him. Deliberately, when your children are sleeping, pronounce things upon them. It is called Beraka. Beraka is the pronouncement that leads to announcement that you place on your children. It's different from Bekora. Bekora are the promises in the Bible, but Beraka is the pronouncement, which also means praise in Swahili, means praise in different languages in Arabic. Beraka. You beraka on your children. You shall be this, you shall be that. You shall be this, you shall be that. Now, the next thing, apart from antenatal anointing, you deposit the vision in your children very early. Serena Williams, the father said, I will make these two the Wimbledon champions. And 2 of them played against each other in the Wimbledon finals. Abedi Pele Ayew of Ghana played for Marseille. His 2 sons played for Marseille. Abedi Pele, captain Ghana. His son, captain Ghana. Fela Nicolako, if you like, hate him. I see him as a prophet. And the things Stella Nicholas Kuti said about Buhari and all these criminals who have come to pass. Your pastors didn't say that. But you see, Shemu Kuti, when Shemu Kuti slapped a policeman, it is the revolutionary trend of his mother, the grandmother who dethroned the king of Adeton. It was a transgenerational anger of police injuring his grandmother. And this man came and hit his grandmother. I don't support that. But you see, some of these unbelieving people carry a sense of legacy more than us Christians who behave like Mumu. Now, Muhammad Ali's daughter is boxing. Lucky Dubi's daughter is singing. And now Joel Osteen is preaching. Dr. Lee's daughter, Dr. Lee, father's place, Jemina Lee is singing there. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Lead soloist in Joel Osteen's church. Now, Olori Motel was established by Jamin Olori. He died. His son took over the hotel and he died. His 18-year-old son is the one that started managing the hotel. Now he's 22. When they wanted to take the hotel from him, he went to the palace and sat down. And when his uncles bring accusations to take the hotel, he said, "My father never told me that." He said, "You, I know the land they gave to you. You have sold your own. Okay. This one was given to my father and he managed it well." 18, schooling in Ghana. Today he manages the hotel, builds swimming pool there now, and the thing is doing well. Can your 18-year-old child stand and defend your legacy? So, Ibori's daughter is in House of Representatives. Okowa's daughter is in House of Assembly. Ronnie Udwaga, her father was a governor. Major General Toyo. The husband became governor. And I saw the daughter in one program, Aspire program. When the daughter was talking, boy, I saw a future leader. Let's not raise parasites. Don't train house girls and refuse to train your children. Tell house girl to cook, house girl to do this. And your daughter is working like an agric broiler. They will say your beauty is in future. So, the word, my son, I used to take him into the theater. I would write on his palm, Professor. Today he's a surgeon. He's a surgeon, professor. They will ask him, how did you become a doctor? So you'll say, my father is a medical doctor. So I transplanted that thing into him very early. Ufuma, the word train is to shanan, is to mold, is to carve, is to cast, is to form. We discovered that Ufuma was interested in computer in the house. And so we allowed him. That's how he got PhD in computer science now. And he's a cloud engineer. He works from home. He changes jobs like somebody changing rubber. Because we saw the talent and we provided that way for him. And he started typesetting my books. And he became a millionaire in my house at 22 before going for NYSC. By writing his own books that the mother prompted him to write. I contest with him for property in Mubili. He has nearly half of the 1/4 of his street in Mubili. His property, he doesn't even know that. And now we are building a house for him. He doesn't even know. But he became a millionaire in my house by observing me, by us discovering what he's supposed to do and following it. So, the home is the nursery for your country. The school is the fertilizer, is the water and the sunlight. Teach your children to wake up very early. I don't go late to places. I came here very early. I never ever go late. Not except there's a disaster. I don't go late. Tell your child to dress your bed. The U.S. general was saying, he said, if a child dresses a bed in the morning that he wakes up from, that his mind is organized. Do your assignment. A child that cannot do his or her assignment cannot manage a business you leave for him. He cannot keep the books. He will not sit down and supervise. Don't come and quarrel teacher. In that lesson, as small people, shut up your dirty mouth. If you fight my teacher, I expel your children. I expel them. I drive them away. My wife manages the money. I don't take money from them. I just want to raise a new generation. Not school fees. How much is your school fees? I speak for 1 hour, they pay me $1,000. Is it no more than the school fees of people? To raise a new generation, wake up early, clean your room. How can a local government chairman pass through a refuse dump to his office? He doesn't care. It's because he grew up in a parent like me. Clean the table when you finish eating. Wash your dishes. I ate with Abraham in my house before we came. He carried the dishes to the kitchen and washed. We are alone at home now. No child lives in because we live in a 8-bedroom house with 10 toilets on half an acre with a boys' club. No child in the house. 50th birthday, we ask she's 62 now. We ask the children, what do we give to your mom as a present? Say, give her sleeping medicine so that she can sleep. So, I wash, when I finish eating, I wash the dishes so that she does not come and eat dishes. I don't know if you understand that. I wash my clothes, the washing machine is there. There's no electricity, I wash. So, wash your dishes, wash your clothes. Esau's clothes had body odor, and they were in his mother's house. That's why the mother saw them and took them to dress Jacob. Read the Bible, is there. He said the clothes you are there with the mother. Your child, some of the children, when they come to see, they pass you. It's as if a dump truck passed you. Even girls. Yesterday, one boy came as if he woke up from under a trailer. People say, "Dust me. I'm too harsh. Get up from here." Now, teach them to respect people. If he talks anyhow to a security man, you will see that he can't grow. Because he might need to greet a security man well to be able to enter an office. There's a prominent pastor in this country who went to a place, and I was talking to the security man. He said that the head of the scholarship interview. He said, "You are late." He said, "But I made first class." The security man took his case to the managing director. That was how he got scholarship. Learn to talk to people. Mrs. Sidhouse, I will tell you, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me, I tell people, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Humility does not cause headache. It is stupidity that causes headache. So, values should be created very early at home and taught. My daughter was in labor, and she refused to push. And they called me into the theater. I said, "Thank you. Who are we?" He said, "We are Apokis." "What are we?" He said, "We are strong." I said, "Push out this baby." And she pushed out the baby. I talk to my children in the room. Because the ear is the first organ to form, and the last to die. That's why you must be careful what you say around people who are dying. I used to do antenatal Holy Ghost baptism for my granddaughter. Because Jesus was filled with the Holy Spirit in the womb. I would tell my daughter, I say, "Just watch, I will be singing." When I say my baby will move, she will move. I will say, "Jesus, Jesus." I will sing and sing. I said, "Baby, now move." The baby will move. When I entered the theater, when the baby was born, immediately she heard my voice, she opened her eyes. She's used to my voice. When your husband enters the house, you will notice that the baby is moving. Are you following what I'm saying? But what I don't like about boys is that when you want to talk to their mother, that's when they wake up. Boys, when you be touching your mother, won't be there. Values. Excellence. I took my daughter from year 3 to write jam because she allowed somebody to come here. So you are too brilliant and you spend another 3 years. I took my son from year 4 to year 2 in medical school. I asked him, "What is Miesna's plan?" He didn't. I said, "You will kill me when I get home." So I transferred him to Europe. One of my sons was having carryover. I wanted this. I said, "Pass these carryovers and change course." He passed the carryovers. Then he made the first class. Then he scored 96% average in his masters, and he investigated into certificates. In my family, there's something we call weaponization. Weaponization is to shock and choke your generation. Because people will tend to treat you the way they treated the last person. The black man the white man saw an Indian saw me in South Africa. I said, "Nah, I'm in Nigeria." They said, "Nigerians?" He said, "Yes, criminals." That's my friend, shut up your mouth. Criminality is intelligence looking for an avenue for manifestation in the midst of oppression and demonization. I was talking with a white man in an airport in Europe. I was preaching to him. He said, "Have you heard of evolution?" I said, "My friend, have you heard of Lamarckism? Have you heard of dematerialization, the theory of dematerialization and rematerialization?" When he said, "Let me go and smoke," he went to smoke and came back. Then he said, "I've never heard a black man talk." I said, "My friend, cool down. Your brain, your skin is whiter than Obama. My brain is whiter than your own. My children are trained that you can't mess them up. Because I want them to stand and defend my legacy. The secretary to the state government of one of the states came to admit the child in my school. And I said, go and meet my daughter. And my daughter mesmerized him. He said, Dr. Apoki for me this one. Recently, one woman from Ministry of Education came to my school and was trying to mess up my wife. My daughter said, Mommy, leave her for me. And my daughter started manifesting. Not only demon the manifestation. Manifestation is the content of the strength of the content of the manifesting. When she finished, the woman hugged her. He said, please, I need some of this anointing. Then you come from this already. See, that's the way it goes to pass. We were nice. We make sure, and they see me do it, that I don't tolerate you trying to put me down. I went to speak to medical practitioners in Okigwe, and when they said Dr. Apoki, 1984 graduate of the prestigious College of Medicine, they opened their Bible. And I shouted, Dirago, in the spirit. And I said, when Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane, he was under so much emotional pressure. And because of the humidity and the temperature and the passion he had, there was massive release of adrenaline, and cortisol. And because of the massive release of adrenaline, and cortisol, and the dehydration that took place, then the tedium of the capillaries under the sweat gland was open, and Jesus sweated out blood. And I brought out blood and I said, what is the medical terminology for sweating out blood? Nobody moved. And then swag. Swag is not to put your boxers down. Raise up your belt and run with your generation. Because this is life is contagious. It's not church. It's contagious. It's a battle. And when I did that, they opened their Bible. They bought all my books. I bought all books I sold. So we have grown up in my household, wherever we are. You don't mess up the bus. Somebody told my son, nigger. My boy boxed his mouth one more look and he fell down. He said, anymore? Any person around? Call the police. He knows I did can't pray. You can't mess up around my daughter. One woman was messing up around her. I said, why are you doing this? He said, I am not Dr. Apoki. If you are the pastor, I'm not the pastor. If I allow them to be doing this, it will continue. Have doctors that can stand on your behalf when you are not there. Yes, when people want to take your property, they stand and defend your property. When people want to mess up your business, they stand there. They don't wait for let daddy come, let husband come. We need women like Margaret Thatcher, yes, who are married but they are still strong. We need women like Golda Meir. Golda Meir, when the Arab nations invaded Israel during the Yom Kippur War, she sat and called Nixon. Richard, will you allow God's people to die? And Nixon remembered the deposit that the mother put in him during family devotion. That Richard, these people are God's people. They will depend on you to save them one day. And he called Nixon. Golda Meir called Nixon. And Nixon caused the greatest arm liftment. Called Kissinger. Caspar Weinberger. And I know this is a gospel. I will tell them the secret. And then they lifted ammunition. And Israel dropped the Egyptians, dropped the Syrians, captured Golan Heights, captured the Suez Canal, the Sinai, captured them 6 kilometers to Israel. Nixon begged him, Golda Meir, will you humiliate Egypt? You can be loving to your husband and be firm. That's why Deborah was called B. The meaning of Deborah is B. She produced honey, married to Lapidot, but she was a fighter. She will give Lapidot honey, but still cesarean. Am I talking to somebody? Yes, sir. So, very early introduce this thing. My father told me when I was carrying down whole television in another person's house, and they would drive us. When you eat this food that stays till daybreak, the Garida wears jacket. Now remove the jacket and eat bangasso. The thing will turn to weapons of mass destruction and to making people. Poverty can remove character. So when we release this thing, they will not go. They don't go. Sometimes it's their children that did it, but because our face is very strong, we are the prime suspect. Now we walk with the job and so small time. I went to meet my brother. Papa, when he was he said, my son, I don't go to school. The school when I don't go. The book when I don't read. We are not being take this name, go take and go there. So I went to university from FGC Warrior. I started reading the Guinness Book of Records. I started reading Dennis Whitley, Roots, read. So So I became known as a mobile encyclopedia. In medical school, I was debating for the university, and we won the whole debate trophy because I was carrying the deposit my father put in me. Read the book when I know it. Speak or you go when I know it. In 2012, when my son graduated in Europe, was standing with white children. I was the only black man in the hall. When my son was born, I said, Papa, you too quick die. If I dey here today, I don't run with that thing when you tell me, come see your grandbaby. Then I said in my spirit, I will come for the graduation of my grandson in Harvard Medical School. What are you telling your children? What are you see your children dancing? Bugao. If they bugao with empty brain and empty pocket, they will have punch back. I want to be a young lover. Do you know what love is? I dedicate my time. Read your books, Mom. Introduce your children into the business early. Into your business early. Jewish children, Arabic children, they are introduced into the business early. All my children know how to make lesson notes. When my son came from Europe, I farmed on 40 acres. He was carrying cucumbers on his head. When the elder brother came, I entered the fish pond with him. Introduce your business early to your children. If not, the workers will be the one controlling them and deceiving them if you pass on. Introduce them very early. Now, Carlos Slim's father introduced him into keeping records. Teach your children value for things. Okay, we buy them down. Okay, life is not like that. If you pay 300,000 for your child in nursery school, how much will he earn when he graduates? So you must start inculcating the value of money. Carlos Slim, a Mexican, an immigrant to Mexico, a Lebanese immigrant. His father told him to balance his pocket money. The boy started having value for money, and he became the richest man in Mexico. And his children are not into drugs. So teach your children the value for money. Don't always give them, give. They will think that life is like that. And they will become too proud to stand because they are afraid of failing. Yes, are you following what I'm saying? Yes, sir. My eldest son, I was decking one building, and he was foaming at the water because he was in the building. I said, no. Block all the plants so that my cement will not leak. He blocked all of the utility and brought pure water. I said, do you know why I told you to block this? He said, no. I said, so that we don't need pain. He took me to build this house so that you will not sell it when I die. The younger brother was doing the granite fell inside the gutter. I said, enter. Pack it out of the gutter. That's my money. I gave him one classroom to fill with other workers. I paid the workers, also paid him so that he knew how we built the school. Introduce your children to your business very early. Because you will even find out that the ones we are sending to Europe, they are not as rich as us. Who sent them there? Why will you allow the business to die because you want to send children to Europe? To go and walk inside snow. Am I talking to somebody? Yes, sir. So, introduce them into your business. Let them know the nitty-gritty. Then, teach them accountability, as I just said. And then the school should be a place of discipline. I don't go late because government college was regulated with bell. Bagam, you woke up. Bagam, you went to where you were sleeping. Bagam, you went to take your bath. Bagam, dining hall. Bagam, second Bagam, you are not inside. You pour water on your food. You won't eat to school. So you be punctuality. Siesta, you must sleep. I don't drag my feet because one day I was dragging my feet. One man called the book, but this electric iron will hit my head. He said, dragging your feet is a sign of mental laziness. In the airport, I'm always irritated by women who are chewing gum and they are dragging their feet. There's one school, I think it's Marymount Agbo. They used to teach girls how to walk. You don't. Even you say the eyes eat before the mouth. You don't walk like a child. Mama beside mirror. The school teaches you independence. At government college, we painted our building. buildings. We painted our hostels. We planted flowers. Independence. Like here now, you are teaching them not to copy. And we do that in our school. I was surprised. JSS 3. Mothers were going to pay money so that their children will copy. Then they will become INEC chairman. They will read the elections for people. That's why professors can be bribed by people who have 4 credits. It is because they are used to cheating. Am I talking to somebody? Discipline and independence. At government college, Mr. Bamuza, blessed memory, said, valuable as knowledge is, the power to acquire it independently is not valuable. So I learned on my own. Then you need to teach people social intelligence, respect for organogram and order. You don't talk anyhow to your teacher. And parents, every unruly parent will produce unruly children. And they don't stay in one school. They always migrate from school to school. And they always cause problems. And they always cause in their homes too. One came to bite my teacher's name. When I wanted to kiss him, I don't know. She brought extra dress to fight. And she was pregnant. I expelled the 4 children. How much are you paying? One was battling in the rain. Whether they don't have shower at home. The teacher just mother came. Why are you shouting? He said, and these children can tell lies. He said the teacher broke her head. Teacher didn't touch the girl. Her sister was saying that teacher didn't touch the girl. Mother was saying teacher broke the head. You know, some of you are very angry because of the school fees you are paying. I'm making you better. Let's go with my friend. You think this is Awolowo and this is I'm sorry that you went to and your education is not complete. Education get killed. Pay school fees to run electric bill here, you know. Diesel for generator, you know how. When you pay that school fees, it's 3 months salary, 3 months salary, plus holidays. How much do these girls earn to come here and work and teach and shout? Pay school fees. The company invited, I'll get that. So pay your school fees. Don't come and harass teachers. Don't come and harass teachers. It's a sign of your behavior to your husband at home. It's a reflection of your background. Respect the teachers. If you were so rich, you should have built your own school. Don't come to another person's property and misbehave. We don't come to your chemist or misbehave. We don't come to your supermarket or misbehave. Don't come to the school and display your bad opinion character. Face me and face you mentality. As you are doing it, your children are copying you. They will carry it into marriage. What they told one, they say you people want something, they say you people fight like your mother. And the woman came. The husband said, you see what I'm telling you? So, teaches you social intelligence, teaches you how to interact with people from different tribal groups. I went to government college Google. I had people from all groups. I went to FGC Warri. I schooled in Northern. So I'm more tolerant of people and their religion than somebody who just went to a Christian school alone. Then the next thing is the school to identify your talent. The curriculum is not enough. I was prompted to debate because I was very shy. You see, always making noise, you're not doing anything. So I took and debated, and I did very well. And you know, today, the ability to address public, even though I'm a very shy person, stems from that. And listen, the company called me recently, just called me. So are you Dr. Apoki? Say yes. I watched your video on Instagram and YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's a university on its own. So, you said that you were talking about the reality of aging. I want to teach our directors to prepare for retirement. And I said, I did a lot of retirement, relevance, and one other thing. Then they said, how much will it cost? I said, $1,000 for 20 minutes. I said, please, can you take the $500? I said, I will take $500. But pay for my flight. So we'll pay for your flight. And I got to Lagos, and they put me in the flight. I mean, the vehicle was waiting, I entered. Suddenly I heard, I have the driver. What is Apoki doing there? He said they are protecting you. Me. Protecting me. Me when the now that they fear protecting me. It is because of the content of my brain. And I got there. Got there that they put me on the 24th floor, 100,000 naira a night. And that night, like I said, I was used to doing assignments. I typed that message till 1:30 a.m. and sent to the woman. The woman woke up and saw the assignment. I saw the copy. And then by 8, the boss is coming. 8, I was downstairs. You don't miss it. 8, I was downstairs. The boss carried me. 2 professors were there. And immediately, a lot of signed. Big boys. And when they paid me the money, bought all the school fees my father paid. I collected in 30 years. One thing that your child will do, like all this computer and all this, Flutterwave is a billionaire. Hilda Bassi is an international person. So, extracurricular activities. Talent will eventually pay more than education. Tyson made $300 million for fighting with somebody in a ring, in a square called ring, with a man with tie encouraging them to fight. Beckham was making 52 million every week. Osimhen is more popular than the person who makes first class in the school. So, the school will help you identify talents and develop them. Then, school will give you connections. I don't get stranded. You see that Mercedes SUV in my brother? It's somebody from government college that gave us a gift. I've known him 51 years back. I don't get stranded in any part of the world. If I enter New York, there's somebody from government college, there's somebody from FGC Warren, there's somebody from UI. I don't get stranded. So, it will give you connections and give you corrections. Yeah. We'll teach you phonation and diction. We'll teach you how to use cutlery. We'll teach you how to put bread inside tea and bite it. Am I talking? It's called donkey in America. So, the future starts now by forming character in your children in the school from the curriculum and build capacity and then build competence and build courage. When I stand before people, the kind of schools I've gone into, the confidence that was built in me, I don't fear no man. Man. I landed in Melbourne. They just said, Nigerian? Yes. I said, well, they brought one small girl that I could pay. Why are you here? I said, I came to do lectures on prayer. He said, why prayer and fasting? I said, Madam, have you heard of electromotive force? They don't teach electromotive force in very much. They teach it in secondary school. I said, when you fast, you lower your potential. And when electricity only flows from the higher potential to the lower potential. When you fast, you lower your potential so that God can flow into you. He said, that's splendid. I said, Madam, they pay me to speak in Nigeria. He said, what do you do? I said, I come from a medical family. I said, I'm a medical doctor, my wife is a nurse, my son is a surgeon. Oh, aren't you blessed? I said, I didn't come here to look for money. I'm rich in Nigeria. But before you know, they delayed my flight. I had to pay $300. The night, when I discovered it was $300, I honored the light, honored everything. That's it. Are you following what I'm saying? We must raise children from here that have confidence. If not, they can't stand and defend the legacy of their family. When I saw God's I was. Am I talking to somebody? We came here today to correct the ills of our fathers, to correct the mistakes we have made. We have paid this school fees here so that we can raise global citizens. The way I used to talk to my students after speaking to them, I spoke to them the day before yesterday and I posted it on Facebook. Don't be left behind. This is a dynamic age. Don't be worried. What if it carry last? You cannot carry last. The Chinese girl, the Igbo girl, was speaking valedictory lecture in Igbo language. One spoke in the university. Nigerians are excelling everywhere globally. And so don't think that you are breeding your child for your immediate primitive ideas of your romance with your husband. and performance sometimes are enemies. There are times you need to take firm decision, hard decision, discipline your children. Now I say this: the Western world want to de-Africanize us. We are Africans. Civilization started with us. When we were going naked, you came to give us clothes. Am I talking to somebody? Now you are telling us that we should go naked. That is freedom. Excessive freedom is slavery. You are saying that the child has to grow up to determine his sex. No. Children, male children have erection in the womb. If you do ultrasound for a male child, has erection in the womb, say male. Yes, positive and negative. We don't need your rubbish money. We are Africans. Our values are eternal. We respect our parents. A child in Leicester went and slapped the mother in the office. I saw one on social media. He was breaking plates in the house. Ironically, when you marry Nigerian women to the US, they become wild and stupid. But the Indian women still maintain their culture. The Arabic women still maintain their culture. You just left village of Oguname to the US and your life come good. May God help you. I remain your friend, Dr. John. God bless you.